folks? How is everybody? Not that there's anybody there. Just Stitch. And I'm just typing hello, Stitch. So I've got Roger downstairs, of course. He's there. My beloved, and I've got Jen in the back room waiting to come in. So rather than keep her sitting there, I'll bring you up. Hello, Jen. Hello, dear. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. And yourself?
Not so bad. How's the headaches been?
They've been okay. I've not been taking paracetamol for a while, so it's just tension mostly, you know.
I thought it was your new glasses that were.
No, they've been changed once, but the eyes still cause some grief. But you know, it's not been too bad recently. It's been a lovely day here.
It's been 27 here.
Pardon?
27 degrees when I nipped out for some milk earlier.
Yeah, it's been, you know, it's the first decent day, really, I can recall this summer. But it's autumn now, isn't it? I can't seem to find you on my phone, you know.
I don't know if you've got my number.
No, on YouTube. I can't find you.
Oh, right, I see what you mean.
The stream.
Oh, it's there.
Well, I can't find it. So how's things been with you?
I'm afraid. Sorry, what was that? How have I been? Oh,
yeah.
Pulling my hair out. I've had some fun games with car insurance over the last couple of weeks. But at the moment I've got free car insurance, so they can suck it up and go blow. I won't mention the name until everything's sorted. My insurance was due to be renewed 23rd of last month. Yeah. So I get a message saying my card has been rejected because the card details they got were an old card. I'd changed the card in the last 12 months. So I tried to get in touch with them to make the payment. And the only thing I can do is online one of these chatbot things. And the person I'm dealing with, I'm going to call him a fella because I think it was. I don't know. But the person I was dealing with was also dealing with half a dozen others. So I'm typing a question and then sitting there and waiting. And eventually he comes back to me. Over an hour I was on there trying to get my insurance sorted. Pulling my hair out, not going, how can I talk to somebody? Can I talk to somebody to get this? You are talking to somebody? No, I'm not. I'm typing in a box and waiting for you to come back to me. Can I talk to somebody? Yeah. If I phone up, can I speak to somebody? Can you give me a number? Round and round it. No. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it. Okay, fine. So eventually it gives me a link so I can click on the link and pay my car insurance from the 2nd, which means I haven't been insured for a week. But I thought, no rush to do it. I'll do it, you know, because it'll be backdated anyway. No, can't backdate it. So I've been using the car for a week without insurance, which I didn't know. But yeah, I thought it's like car tax, you know, I'm paying for the policy that's running from the 2nd. All I'm doing is no. This twat insisted on doing it from that day. I went, okay, fine. Yeah, whatever. If that's all you can do, that's all you can do. But I need some bloody car insurance. So round and round in circles. This was, where are we? 23rd, I think it was. Yeah, Friday the 23rd this was. So payment goes out of my account. And I get an attachment on my online thing saying, here's your certificate. So I'm insured. It's all sorted. I'm happy as Larry. Then Tuesday, I get an email saying my policy's been cancelled.
Oh.
Why's
that?
So I thought, right, I'm going to find a phone number. I'm going to phone customer services. I'm going to do it that way. So, oh, sorry. Good evening, Phil. Good evening, Resist.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. I'm just having my little rant at the moment. Can you see the comments on your screen, Jen?
Now I can, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I Resist.
So,
yeah,
where was I? Second, third. I'm on Tuesday. I get a message. It's been cancelled. Okay. So I get in touch with. I phone customer services, and I say, well, you've taken my payment. So why is the policy cancelled? Because the money's gone through. The money's gone from my account. Yada, yada, yada. You're all right, Resist. Jen can't even find it on her phone. So it's because I know Roger. I'm being blackballed. So anyway, I said, well, I can't reinsure my car until my money comes back. And she said, well, they only cancelled it yesterday, 2nd. It could take 5 days for it to get back to you.
Gotcha.
So
sorry.
You found it.
Yeah.
So I'd paid out over 500 quid. Not a figure I can find easily as far as they're concerned. Again. So I said to her, well, I can't pay for it until the money comes back. So she's given me free insurance till the 11th. I have a certificate of insurance for free till the 11th.
That's very generous of them.
Well, it's their stupid fault. There's no real reason as to why they cancelled it. The only thing I can think is that the guy didn't press the button properly in the first place. And when they've come to do it again, there's something in there that isn't correct, and the amount I've paid isn't enough. So no problem. I'm talking to this lovely girl. I said, can we sort something today? Can we sort something? No, you've got to do it online. So I've gone back and I thought, I'm not just going to go to them. I'm going to go to Go Compare. I'll use the Meerkats and see if they, if my old company still come up as the cheapest. So put all the details in, and another company's come up saving me 200 quid. So because of their stupidity, because I couldn't be bothered to, my own stupid fault, couldn't be bothered to look to see if anybody else was cheaper in the first. I just let it automatically renew because they've been cheaper every time I'd looked previously. But no, this time, no. So they've given me free car insurance till the 11th. I've got an email that says this is proof that it won't show up on the database, but the car is insured. So I'll get me insurance through Hastings Direct and save myself 200 quid. But I'm still waiting from a call back from, I've lodged 2 complaints with them now, and I'm still waiting for a call back on that. So,
You think you will?
Well, they're better. Because if they haven't phoned me by Tuesday, I'm on the phone again. I'm on the phone to them.
Yeah, give them hell.
Well, they've given me my money back, but because while I was on there, I thought I'll make a change. They've charged me 15 quid for making the change and haven't refunded that. So they still owe me 15 quid. I've got my money back, but not the 15 quid for the change, for the charge. He wanted to charge me 26 quid because I've done it online. I hadn't done it the automatic way. So that's what my gripe is now. I want my 15 quid back.
Well, they want money for everything these days.
If you do it yourself on your online account, it's free.
Yeah.
But I couldn't make the change online. I had to speak to somebody about it. So he wanted to charge me 26 quid because I was doing it on the chat. And I went, no, I couldn't do it online. It wouldn't let me do it online, which would only cost me 15. And he said, I'll just charge you the 15 then. But that hasn't been returned, even though I haven't got an effing policy. So, has everybody else had a good week? Because that's what mine's been. Oh, and I had to put up with Roger.
Which one's worse?
No, he's not that bad to live with, really.
Yeah.
And I had a lovely surprise. My brother popped in to say hello today.
Oh, that was nice. How long has it been since you saw him?
The wedding? March.
Yeah.
I used to see him every couple of months because he'd make sure if he was going past, he'd call in to see Mum. But since we lost Mum, it's few and far between.
Yeah.
But he's off to, can't remember where he said he was going, Wales somewhere. With a whole load of people he went to uni with. They're having a get together at Hardy Cottage. So
that's nice.
Yes, I will be insisting that I get a bit more than me 15 quid back as well. If I can wangle it, because it took me an hour on the phone with the customer services girl that gave me the thing, and she said she was lovely. She lodged a complaint for me, but I said to her, no, you've done what you can do. It's out of your hands. What I'm complaining about is how long it's taken me to get to this point. It shouldn't take 2 hours to sort out an insurance policy and still end up with nothing. Still end up having to go back and do it online. My time. If I'd have been working, that would have been all very awkward.
Oh, your brother's going to come into Anglesey.
I thought he said Anglesey, but
so was it Bangor Uni he used to go to?
No, Sheffield.
Sheffield. Whereabouts in Anglesey?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't bother too much about where he was going and how long for, and I'm sure he'll post something on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely place. It's supposedly gonna be a really nice weekend over here. But I don't believe in weather forecasts these days because they're more like fairy tales.
Well, you can't. I've got some washing to go out on the line tomorrow, because I thought it looks like a nice day. I'll get it done, and hope that I can get it out tomorrow. I'm going to have to cut my hair. My fringe is too long. Keeps getting in my eyes.
It's looking good. Looking nice. Kind of a Susie Quattro vibe there.
That's where I'm going for 70s, 80s mullet. But that's
not
the
the
hairdo
80s mullet.
Oh,
No, but
my brother's given me 100 gig of cine film that he's converted to MP4.
oh yeah.
So I've got my life, my kids' life, and my mother's and father's holidays to live through, to see if there's anything
That's
on it I
nice.
actually want. But it was quite funny. The first one I picked up, just to make sure it had copied. I just picked one to make sure it had copied across. It was my two kids, as probably about 3, 4, making sandcastles on the beach, and the cine pans round and shows the farm at Dugmill Point. And so
Yeah.
they must have been almost where we go beach fishing from the cottage. They're that close to where we go now.
Yeah.
It's
Nice to have their memories on film.
yeah. But as I say, that's there'll be some clips coming up, because I won't want to keep
Yeah, I'd like
reading.
to see them. I see a picture of you when you were in your youth. Well, younger anyway.
I was showing some the other week.
Were you?
Yeah, I showed me with no clothes on.
Yeah, I didn't stay long last week, did I?
I think it was the week before, or the week before that. I don't know. Let's have a look. Not documents. Not that one. My photos are all over the place. Oh, now I find that photo, that folder. Graham, the films. No, that's the films. Not sharing that. Here we go. Nope. That's just a handful. That's just a handful. I'll put me growing up. There we go. That's what age do you want?
Any. The earliest, the better.
The earliest.
Yeah. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Try that. There you go.
Oh.
That would have been for the christening.
Woo. Yeah.
That would have been for the christening. That's my mum's
your
mum.
mum?
No, that's my mum's mum.
Yeah, your 9. Grandmother. We say 9 for grandmother.
Yeah, but I've got 2 nans, so that's my mum's mum.
You look like her.
That's my mum and my nan and me.
Oh, resemblance strong.
That's my mom and me and my cousin Jill and her mom. That's my mom and dad and me. I look a bit worried there.
Oh, me.
Kiss under the
Oh.
mistletoe. That's my dad, cheeky fella he was.
Oh, I can see the resemblance.
Now that's
You
my
know, you
two
and your mother.
nans. That's my two
Yeah.
nans. So that's on the dark hair and the glasses is my dad's mom. And the lady with the belly that we've all inherited is my mom's mom. But she died.
Yeah.
She died not long after that, a couple of years after that.
Oh, yeah.
Because she had cancer. So I sort of remember her, but not very well. That's my dear auntie, my dad's sister.
Yeah,
And that
the
was
eyes.
her wedding with me as a bridesmaid. And I had a flower ball and I used it like you would. Getting a bit older. The weird hairdos.
Yeah.
The weird hairdos start to come in now. That's. Can you see the arrow? That's me.
Oh, yeah.
Side. And that's my little brother. It's me and my brother. That's on holiday at Butlins. Because that's also on holiday at Butlins. And that's on holiday at Butlins.
Which Butlins?
That's my granddad, my mum's dad. That is at Guernsey, and I can't remember a bloody name at the moment, but that's my auntie in Guernsey. I think she was a second aunt or something. Guess who had freckles?
Jolly face. I had freckles when I was younger, but I haven't got any now. I was covered in them.
Yeah, mine have gone. And I had ginger. Look, proof. I had ginger hair.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I had ginger hair. And that one is where we go on. It was taken where we go on holiday because that mountain in the background is Criffle.
Yeah.
And that's the mountain in the background of all our holiday photos. Did you? Don't know whose baby that is, but I'm worried about holding it. Feeding the ducks at Sutton Park. Oh, that would have been Debbie. Still ginger, still fat. Very old one of me and my brother. But I've shot up there.
Yeah.
I'm only 12. That's me at 12.
Yeah. Oh, your hair's nice there.
What there? No, it's not. It's horrible. That was where my mother was going through that you need to have short hair. You need short hair.
Yeah.
Back to younger when my dad. There you go.
Oh,
That's
nice looking back on photos. I love old photos, mate.
But yeah.
Yeah. A nice of them to bring them round for you, isn't it?
Well, those he sent me a couple of weeks ago because I said I haven't got any photos of me growing up.
Yeah.
Because he took all the photos from Mom to put them onto disc, onto file, make them electronic. But yeah, what I've got now is all the cine films.
Yeah.
So what have I missed in the chat? Have I missed anything in the chat? It's lovely looking back, Resist. It is. It's all my photos now from my kids growing up got put up in the loft when we decorated the lounge, and they haven't managed to get back down yet. So, but the moment they come down, it means I've got to do what my brother did, and that's sit here and scan them onto computer. So I'm not in the mood for that at the moment. They can stay up there. But
yeah, I've not done a lot this week.
Resist. Shed a tear.
Oh.
Hey. So we got 8. Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the wrong time. It's getting. Yeah, but this was a nice idea when we started, but the followers are waning, and if the alerts haven't gone out tonight, because I was a bit late setting it up, but if the alerts haven't gone out, that'll be why nobody's come in.
Yeah. Well, I am not the alert.
I have. Now live on your channel. Dun, dun, dun. I've got nothing to talk about. Nobody wants to listen either. So
yeah. Anyone in the chat want to talk about anything?
Anybody want to come up on the panel? Do you want to come and join us, Resist?
Resist. Come up on the panel.
Because you know we love
Stitch.
You. You do?
Yes, he's going to. I do.
I'll have to show you.
I do. I got that wrong.
I've got no way of getting in touch with you. Because you don't do Discord, do you? And you're not on my Facebook. Oh, yeah, I can email it. Thank you, babe. Thank you. Well thought of. I didn't get round to opening that to see if anybody had been in touch.
Yeah.
Tend to own it.
Oh, he's not going to tonight.
Sorry?
Oh, thanks.
Oh, not tonight.
Thanks,
Okay. You'd have been welcome. Be nice to have you.
How about Stitch?
Log in. No.
What about the grumpy old git in the corner?
Grumpy git in the corner? No, he's bored.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, Stitch.
What are you cooking, Resist? What are you cooking? Let's send little Stitch if I can find her.
What, subject for what?
Jenny Sheep,
Tea
choose the
curry.
subject.
Yeah. What's he mean? Choose subject.
I don't know. No, I don't want a new message. I want to find a contact, you stupid. There we go. There you go, Stitch. I've sent you the link, the StreamYard link on Messenger if you would like to come and join us.
Well, at the moment, I can't really advise anyone on healthy eating because at the moment my diet's crap.
Well,
but I'm bulking.
Fair enough.
So
I've done.
So when I finally cut, I'll have more muscle.
I've made a chickpea dal, and I've had it as on the side. But if I do a curry, Roger likes meat in it, so if I put in chickpea dal, chickpea, yeah, he'd look at it and throw it at me probably. Kombucha.
No, I haven't resist.
The fermented vegetables.
Is that a drink?
Or is it a drink? Resist.
Yeah, I think it's fermented.
I don't have a best meal. They're all brilliant. I did. I bought some.
Oh, come chat, resist. Come and chat about your cooking. Yeah, a drink, fermented veg.
Yeah. No, I've never tried that, and I haven't. What's the kimchi? That's what I was thinking of. The fermented vegetables. It's like sauerkraut and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day, resist, I got some pork mince and I thought, what am I going to do with this? So I just threw some spices in, some coriander, and cooked them off like a bit like a kebab, you know, like a chic thing. It was lovely. But yeah, I cook all sorts, and I don't need recipes either because I've been messing in the kitchen for far too many years. 45 years I've been cooking, if not more. Okay, Stitch, not to worry.
Same. Say hi to little Stitch for me. He's great.
That's the main reason. Roger goes nowhere because I've given him a space in the corner for his computer. He's got a shed to go and play in and a cook. What more can a man want? Is that right, baby? Huh? What? Not listening to you. No. No. No, I understand Stitch's problems because if she's done a bit too much, it wipes her out. So if she's lying in bed not feeling great, it's fine. It's fine. You're busy cooking. So anybody got anything?
I went to my
Go on.
I went on a quiz night the other night, and my team came 4th out of 20, which is good because I don't do quiz nights usually.
I was going to say that's not
It was
bad.
good. Yeah, my son wasn't pleased though, because he's one of these. I want a third, I want a second. It was the first time he'd been to a pub quiz, but he's never happy unless he's at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to do a Sunday night quiz, me and him.
Yeah,
When we first got together, but we hadn't got enough knowledge between us. And if I knew something and he wasn't certain, he'd talk me down and he wouldn't put it on the as the answer,
yeah.
because we missed out on a couple of points that way. But that's all right, Stitch. There's no point coming up if you're not in the mood. It really doesn't matter. I'm not going to get upset. I understand.
What's a swilling mince pie? Resist. What's a swilling mince pie?
Selling. Started selling
Huh?
mince pies. It's typo. Selling.
Oh, yes. So
Well,
Morrison's.
I went into B&M, and one aisle they were putting out the Christmas stuff, and the next aisle they've got Halloween stuff.
Yeah, Home Bargain's the same. Talk about the year going quickly. They're making it quickly by putting all these things out early.
But there are, as I said, I don't do Halloween, so Halloween doesn't interest me. But you know, I am starting to think about Christmas now. I'm starting to think about presents.
Yeah. Mind you have to now because they're that expensive.
I stopped. No, I didn't stop. Years ago, nobody had any money in the family. All the kids were both kids were still at home, and my son's girlfriend was living with us, and nobody had got any money. And we were talking about what we were going to get in the way of bottles to drink. I've probably told you this before. But it works, and it still works, and it will always work. We agreed that we'd spend 20 quid on each other or thereabouts, and buy each other a bottle. So my daughter buys me a bottle of whiskey, my son buys me a bottle of gin, I buy my son a bottle of rum, I bought my daughter a bottle of gin, and suddenly you've given presents and you've got something you can drink. You're not forking out money twice over Christmas. So as long as everybody drinks, it's a winner. Roger's the odd one out. He doesn't drink, so he gets a carton of Coke and a bar of chocolate. That's what the kids get him. Or my daughter gets him a jumper, because he always needs a jumper.
Yeah, always need jumpers. I've noticed that jumpers you buy, unless you're forking out a lot for a jumper these days, they're very thin. They're not warm at all. So I'm going to make my own jumpers this year. Crochet them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Evening, Roger. Yeah, same sort of thing. Resist.
Yeah, people like handmade, which is, I'm lucky that I do a lot of craft, so I can give handmade stuff out. I
stopped knitting because it was costing more than it cost to buy them.
I crochet.
But I used to knit, so that was my go-to.
I find that with crochet, it grows more faster than what a knit does.
Depends on the speed you knit, I suppose. or crochet. Takes me forever to crochet a small because I don't know what I'm doing, so I have to think about it. Where knitting, but as I say, the cost of the wool was meaning it wasn't economical when I could go to the market and buy something half the price, and they were only going to wear it for a couple of months, and then they grow out of it anyway. So.
Yeah, but plus I've got my Christmas stall coming up, so I've been busy making stuff for that.
Well, that's it. You'll be too busy making stuff for the stall to make anybody woolly jumpers.
Yeah. No, I make myself a woolly jumper.
Oh, right. I thought you meant as presents.
No. Last year I made like puffy stars to hang on the Christmas tree, and they went down a treat. So I'm making some of them for the stall as well. Jewelry resist, and I'm gonna try my hand at making sun catchers, the ones you hang on in the window.
Sun catchers or dream catchers?
Or maybe both, but at the moment I'm thinking of doing sun catchers. I've not done them before, so it's something new. I bought a crescent moon frame today, so I'm gonna make some stars and hang it off and decorate it with crystals and things. See how that goes on.
Thank you for joining us.
Amu.
It's dropped to 25. Oh, Lodger, you poor thing. Get the blanket out.
Thanks, Resist.
I've got far too many ornaments for the tree. Roger keeps downsizing them for me.
Yeah. Well, most of my decorations are made. I've either crocheted them or, covered baubles with crochet stuff and jewelry, just beaded things.
I've got my daughter's got most of them now. Had an awful lot that were my mom's, but and every now and again I'll go and buy something new, and every time something new comes in, something old goes out. So
well, the thing is with me, even though I make my own Christmas decorations, I'll still buy some more. I don't know why.
Well, if you're covering baubles, you've got to get the baubles to cover.
Yeah, but I've got too much of them now. I've got too many things. So
well, you can cover them and put them on the Christmas stall and get rid of them.
True. Never thought of that. Yeah, true. Lodger.
Lodger's a 1944 American horror film about Jack the Ripper. Well, I just think having Roger and the Lodger in the room, it just pair of dirty old sods.
We don't get a harvest festival here.
Not a big churchgoer, Resist. The kids all do it. Kids will do harvest festival. Oh, my mate's been turned up the other night with a carrier bag full of new potatoes where the farmer's machine isn't picking them up properly. So it's picked up
Yeah.
the bigger ones and the smaller ones have dropped, and he's turned up with a carrier bag. I think I'll make some potato salad for Roger tomorrow because he likes my potato salad. And they
Yeah.
are nice new
How'd you make
little
them?
potatoes. Sorry?
How'd you make them? How'd you make them? What do you put in them?
Whatever I've got.
Yeah, because it's usually, is it mayonnaise, new potato, mayonnaise, and spring onion, isn't it?
Or chives.
Or chives, yeah. But I mix salad cream and mayonnaise together,
I
and
don't like salad
it's
cream.
nicer. It's
I
nicer.
don't like salad cream. It's nice with creme fraiche. If you mix in creme fraiche, because you lose the vinegar taste.
Yeah.
So it's nice made with creme fraiche. I bought some Lidl. They only do potato salad in creme fraiche, and it's really nice. And I've had
Yeah.
coleslaw made with creme fraiche as well. That was
Yeah.
there you go. Roger likes mayonnaise and mint.
What's Ramadan? Isn't that a Jewish thing?
Indian.
Indian. Why would they get Ramadan? Yeah, Roger. I remember them days. I don't know if kids still take stuff to school on a harvest festival now.
Probably.
And we'll see.
In my head now, I am doing Harvest Festival and I'm ploughing the field and scattering.
Yeah, I remember that.
We plough the fields and scatter the good seed on the ground. No.
Yeah, we've got the farmers harvesting around here today. Tractors everywhere. And they'll be working into the night in the field right across the way from me, so it'll be noisy all night.
We had that the one year when we went on holiday, that they were cutting and harvesting the field opposite the other side of the road.
Yeah.
And it was tractors up and down as well all day, because the road was that side and the gate was that side. So they've got to come past, even when they're the other side of the field, they've got to come past the cottage to get into the field. And
Yeah.
It is what it is, and that's
yeah.
the joy of living in the country.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's expected. But the thing is, my house, because it's one of these flat pack houses, whenever a tractor goes past, it vibrates like hell.
At least it doesn't fold itself up and put it in a box. Folds itself up to send it back.
It could do. Quality workmanship, tell you that. Cowboys. No, it's not bad really.
But that's the thing. You get pros and cons everywhere you live.
True.
My brother's cottage is in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of wildlife. Lovely variety of birds will come and sit on the fence and say good morning to you. And the foxes will howl all night. You know, it's... And when the wind blows and the rain comes down, you can't go anywhere because it's fucking torrential. And there's a brook at the bottom of the road, so you can't turn right.
Yeah. One thing I wouldn't do is go and live in the city. No way.
But you don't get the cows keeping you up and the farmer in his tractor keeping you up all night. But you get the drunken lads coming past the door.
No, where I'm positioned, don't hear the cows that much because they're in the field way in the distance.
No, Lodger was saying he lives between two farms and the cows are keeping him away.
Yeah, no, I couldn't live in the city. I don't even like going to the city.
I won't go into the city. My aunt messaged me. She's, how'd you fancy meeting up for lunch? Yeah, not a problem. Do you want to come into Birmingham? I'll catch the train down to Birmingham. And I went, no, I am not coming into Birmingham because that means I've got to eat at New Street Station, one of the vendors there. And yes, there's some really good places. I'm not saying there isn't, but we're both without transport, stuck in the city. So I said, you get on the train out to where we are. I'll pick you up from the station and we'll drive somewhere nice.
Yeah.
And it'll be half the price and twice the value. But I'm not going into the city. Hate it.
Well, when I go to the gym, it's in the city. Bangor's a city, a small city, more like a town, but still a city. I wouldn't go there and live.
Well, we're just far enough out of the town centre that it's handy, but there's nowhere there. You know, your supermarkets are further away. They're not in the town centre. They're satellite. That's it. At satellite spots compared to the town centre. So the only thing you've got in the town centre is Aldi and bookshops and Poundland and clothes shops and coffee shops.
Yeah.
So it's useless for going shopping. You go to Aldi, that's it. Or go and have a good coffee.
Well, like I say, Bangor's a city, but it's an odd one because in the main part of the city, there's absolutely nothing. Well, there's a few shops and a lot of boarded up shops. But if you really want to do some shopping, you have to go out of town or out of city.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. And it's all across up one road.
At least it's all on one road.
Yeah, but that road's about 2 miles long, and there's not many shops then.
Well, you see, if I go north from here, I get Sainsbury's. If I go east, I get Aldi.
Yeah.
Not Aldi, I'll get Asda. If I go west, I get Tesco's.
Yeah.
If I go south, I go into Birmingham. So
yeah. And the thing is, what are these 15-minute cities? I just don't understand what they are.
It's just what they're trying to bring in. And I don't see how...
bring them in, but what are they?
You can only travel within 15 minutes of where you are. They draw a line round where you live and say you can't get... If you go outside that area, you'll be charged. So that means where I live, I always ended up with a job that was half an hour away. Yeah. So that meant I would not be able to go to work without having to pay a charge because I'm outside of my 15-minute area. So that means I wouldn't, but there are no jobs within my 15 minutes.
That's a bit shit.
Which is why I say I don't think they'd come in. I don't think they would get them past. They might. Don't get me wrong. I mean, some idiot like Starmer might think it's a fucking good idea.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh yeah, I was watching Paz 49 earlier on. His video came out after Rogers, and apparently that Ricky Jones, apparently he pleaded not guilty.
Yes. because he didn't realise that what he said was an offence.
He's a bloody counsellor, for God's sakes. He should know.
He didn't realise what he said was an offence. So he's pleaded not guilty, and he's going to be, he's up in court in January.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't be a counsellor. He should be not suspended, but just thrown out if he didn't realise that.
Well, he's watched Trump face charges for come together, and he's saying, oh, no, it's just a feeble excuse so that he didn't get sentenced today. It's just one of those excuses. And come January, he will probably turn around and go, yeah, okay, I'm guilty. You want to say something, do you, baby? You want to come up? Shall I let him?
Yeah, go on, he's a laugh. Need to giggle.
No, I was just going to say with that Ricky Jones, I think you'll find the reason they've let them do it that way. They knew they were going to do it that way. That's why they delayed taking him to court. And you'll find that Labour will bring in different laws that will excuse him and get him off with it. That's what I reckon.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because ignorance of the law is no defence whatsoever. That's been known, and it's been absolutely said in court before by judges. The ignorance of the law is no defence.
But if they're going to change the law to suit him, then they'll have to let the others go.
Yep.
So they won't do that.
And the fact that he wasn't just inciting violence, like they said, he was actually inciting murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the two women behind him should have known better as well.
They should have been taken to court as well. There was other people from the riots got taken to court and put down for less than what they did. Especially the one in the yellow jacket. She's a well-known activist.
Yeah.
And she actually gave a couple of speeches of herself in the past along the same lines, but she's not stupid enough to say the things that he did.
Mm.
He shouldn't be just suspended from the party. He should be absolutely chucked out now.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then there will be hell up, I'll tell you. Yeah, one was from the charity and the other was from one of the
Amnesty International.
Yeah, that's it. And they're also connected to Hope Not Hate, which are the ones that actually fund the pro-Palestine marches. They're the ones that pay for all the banners, the flags, the signs and everything. There you go.
Well, something should be done about them as well.
There's a contradiction. Hope Not Hate.
Yeah.
It's the words.
Hope Not Hate, refugees welcome here. But when you go and ask them, would you put one up in your home? They're all, no.
Mm.
They're the ones that have stirred it up for Tommy Robinson.
Oh, no doubt.
If you watch his video, Not Silenced, the last one he did, they were the ones that were actually involved with the Panorama program, where they wanted to do an interview with him. They've been funding it and putting ideas forward, shall we say. Panorama's not an independent investigation program. There you go. And Tommy Robinson's got undercover film of the guy who hosts Panorama trying to influence someone he was going to interview to badmouth Tommy Robinson, say he was a sex pest and stuff like that.
Wow.
That's actually on YouTube. If you go on, what's the name of Oh, I can't remember the bloody site now. It's posted. It's about an hour video. Urban Scoop. That's it. If you look at Urban channel called Urban Scoop.
Yeah, I watch it sometimes. Yeah.
They cover a lot like that.
It just makes me wonder, why are these people so hateful? Why are they trying to control us? So that's what it's about.
My argument is they're all coming here. They're trying to destroy us and this country, but they want this country to help them in their country.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, they can fuck off. Yeah,
I think they do it deliberately, make things not make sense, just to confuse us.
It's what it is Islam. They can't go anywhere without conquering the country. Their religion is the only religion that should be used according to them. Any other religion is defunct, where Christianity will accept other religions. It tolerates other religions. And it welcomes people from other religions, but Islam won't. Islam won't. And, the fact that you can beat your woman for not doing as she's told and stuff like that, that's just not morally right.
Oh,
that's
gosh,
why
no.
I don't class it as a religion. To me, it's not a religion at all. I'm certainly not one of peace. But
no, it's just a book of misogynistic male
debauchery.
Yeah,
that's another thing. If they're gonna make misogyny illegal, then should they make that illegal?
Thou shalt not cover thy neighbour's goat unless he gives you permission. See, I said I shouldn't take the piss out of religion because once I start, I'm terrible.
No, but if you look at it from that perspective, all it is giving men the right to abuse women from the age of, what is it, 14, 12?
Under their religion, a man can own a woman. Until she marries him, her father owns her. Once she's get married, the husband owns her, and she must do their bidding right from birth. That's what it says.
Well, I'm glad I'm not there. Well, not in that religion.
Well, I mean, I'll take the piss out of Christianity. I'm not religious. I don't normally do it openly. But, someone catches me doing something bad and says, "Oh, Jesus died for your sins." I said, "No, he didn't." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "He didn't have enough fucking pain to die for mine." You know what I mean? Nailed to a cross and a few prickles in the head for a crown. That's not enough pain for my sins, I'll tell you.
I'm not going to ask. How bad you were going to be.
I'm not going to ask. There's a bulwark coming to it.
But, I do say it in jest. Christianity and the Roman Catholic faith, I don't have any part of it, but I respect their beliefs, or most of them, because they're based, with morals, with thought.
Yeah.
Some of these Middle Eastern religions, like Islam and that, don't. It's about oppression, misogyny. It's not forgive those that trespass against you. It's take their fucking heads off.
Yeah. I'll throw off a building.
Yeah. It's nah. I mean, that you got the Muslim Council. They're still trying to get into Parliament, and they still want to push Sharia law. Well, if they ever get that in here, this country's fucked.
That's
if they ever
scary.
bring in Sharia law here,
that is scary.
Law, we're fucked. Very scary, especially for women.
Yeah.
especially for women. And the other thing is, I don't agree with devout Islamists, Muslims being policemen
No,
because they cannot arrest one of their own.
that is true. It's a bit like they don't snitch on their own or and
Yep.
things like that, isn't it? Even
So
if they know they're wrong.
if they're a devout practicing one, basically their faith stops them from doing their job and it's in conflict with their job. So they shouldn't be allowed on the forces.
Don't think they should be in the army either.
No. No. All right, Sikhs, absolutely. They fought alongside us in the war. Absolutely. I mean, you know, I've never had, well, I haven't had problems with Muslims that I know. But there again, I've never met any bad ones, you know.
Yeah.
Sikhs, I've never had a problem with. Buddhists, I've never had a problem with. Well, they got too many fucking arms anyway, ain't they? So, see, there I'm off again, taking the piss out of religion. Yeah, it's just a nasty religion as far as I'm concerned, and I don't give a shit who hears me say it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But does that come under the non-existent definition of Islamophobia?
yeah. Oh, that was
What
hilarious.
is that? What is that? Can anyone explain it to me?
What's his name? The reform guy that left Conservative.
Richard Toyce.
No. The one that walked, the Conservative that walked out and went straight over to reform. Tom
Anderson.
Anderson stood up and he asked the Ginger Whinger, what is the definition of Islamophobia? If you're gonna be accused of it, then what's the definition? And she couldn't tell him.
They got to have a debate to define the word, and they're actually asking Muslims to define it for them. It's a joke. It really is. Absolutely a joke.
The Mickey Mouse government, basically, isn't it?
They ain't got a clue what they're doing.
No.
They can't sort anything out. So all they're doing is blaming everybody for what they can't do and their issues. I've said all along that the black hole they keep on about, there's always been a black hole in government, no matter who's in, because they've always in debt to the banks.
Well, they should stop funding the wars, funding Zelensky,
Stop funding the wars, stop foreign aid.
Yeah.
Because most of the foreign aid that goes to these third world countries is soaked up by the corrupt governments anyway. It doesn't get to the people that want it or need it. I mean, I've always said, Britain has helped many countries, but we can't help them if we can't help themselves. If we can't keep ourselves on an even keel, then we can't help them.
Yeah.
You know, you don't destroy yourself to help somebody else, which is what we're doing. It's and with the heating allowances and shit. Well, if they had any morality in the government, the first thing they would do is stop taking the big expenses they do and stop claiming for their second houses and shit like that. But they won't.
Oh, yeah.
They won't.
That's
they think they're entitled to it.
Well, every year when they've been fighting so far, the Conservatives have gone, we haven't got enough money to pay you. We haven't got enough money to put your wages up to the doctors and the nurses and the railways. And then what do? Give themselves 10%.
Yeah. Give the train drivers, 10 grand a year rise. Have you ever known a train to be on time? How many trains get cancelled? The service is crap and way overpriced, but they want to give them more for doing the service. Nah, it don't work like that in my book. You know, you prove yourself before you get paid that sort of money. The doctors yes, I agree. They should be on a reasonable wage.
And
So-
nurses.
and the nurses as well.
Mm.
Now, the nurses, believe it or not, are, yes, the lower ranked ones, but some of them are on decent wages. I mean, I was doing manual work at the hospital and they were on way over 10 grand more than me a year, and the extra benefits. They don't mention them.
Mm.
Oh,
Like
some of
full
the
sick
NHS,
pay and shit like that.
some of the NHS contracts are amazing. The amount they get paid when if they go off on maternity, it's 6 months full pay, 6 months half pay.
Yep.
None of this maternity allowance that everybody else has to deal with. It's in their contract.
And
But
the other thing is, for years, the NHS has wasted a lot of money. Now, I saw many building projects happen over the years at the hospital. Building companies, maintenance companies charge 3 times as much to do the work for the NHS as they do for any other customer. If they get an NHS contract, they can bump the price up by 2/3. Any estimate, and the NHS will pay it.
But at the other end of the scale, you've got the poor little auxiliaries that are doing all the dirty work, wiping people's arses and cleaning up after them when they've made a mess, and changing the pissy sheet and all of that. And they're on minimum wage.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
wages, the money the NHS pay for them is top money, because most of them are agency, and it's the agency that pay them the shit wages. The agency get a good payout from the government for them.
Most auxiliaries are not bank staff. They do have bank staff, and
They're
yes,
agency. They're not bank, they're agency, darling. Agencies supply them.
Not
on
all
an
of them.
NHS payroll, there is everything from minimum wage up. There
How
are
long is it since you worked in the NHS payroll, Sweden? In the 10 years I worked at the hospital, you'd never done any?
What do you mean I've never done any? Of course I
While I
did.
worked at the hospital.
Yes. Well, until 2 years ago, yes.
What, Wallace Cook used to do NHS?
We had a company that took on NHS staff, and
Yeah.
they had to carry 2p across their contract and rates.
How much were they paying per head in the agencies?
It wasn't an
How much were the
agency.
NHS paying the agencies?
Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
Because I wasn't looking at bank staff. I was looking at the people that were employed. And there was everything from a decent salary down to minimum wage. I can assure you. There will always be the cleaner. The cleaner will be on minimum wage.
Oh, yeah, the cleaner will be. They'll be receiving minimum wage from the agency. They have to by law. But that agency will be charging a lot more for those, to supply those people from the NHS.
If the NHS don't use bank staff, it's because they prefer to employ direct, I can assure you. Unless it's an outsourced to another company like you were.
Yeah, and I was on minimum wage, yeah.
Yeah,
I
When
used
I
to do
was-
all the physical
But the
work around the
contract-
hospital, looking after the grounds for £6.50 an hour.
yes, darling, and that's when minimum wage was £6.50. But the contract that they had with the NHS would have been X amount a month, regardless of what you're paid and how many people are on the job. It would have been a monthly. It would have been a fee for the year.
It's not the way it used to work on the buildings with them. The agency would charge the building company 20, 25 quid an hour for a bricklayer, builder or whatever, or a labourer, and they'd pay the labourer minimum wage.
Oh, it's
The
when
company that you worked for had a contract with the hospital, and it would have been, they had to put quotes in every year to see if they won the contract or not, didn't they?
It's
And that was a fixed fee contract for the year.
It's like it's pay on demand. I mean, you know what it was like when that company from Bristol rang me, kept ringing me, that wanted proper stone walling, stonemasons, dry stone walling.
Yes, and they were willing to pay you enough that you could pay for a hotel down there, but you weren't willing to do it.
No, I wasn't going to go all the way down there and work down there every bloody week.
Why not? Could have made a mint.
Yeah, and we'd never have seen each other other than bloody weekends.
Well, I was at work all week anyway.
I was working anyway, so it didn't make a lot of difference, did it? But yeah, you know, if there was dry stone walling round here, I could charge up to £100 an hour to do it. Quite
Except
easily.
you can't do it anymore.
No, not now, I can't. I can lay pebbles. They're not heavy. I mean,
That's
I can't
gone quiet.
even cut the fucking lawn without getting knackered.
Yeah, everybody's just listening, I think.
Domestic.
That's because I'm here.
No, when I
Oh,
worked
yeah.
in the home, there used to be agency staff there, and that's how they used to do it. They'd pay the agency, and the agency would pay the worker.
The workers, yeah.
And the workers, they'd just be stood there doing nothing.
Yeah.
They'd be paid for doing nothing, basically.
Yep.
Just showing up.
And that's why the lorry driving went right downhill, because most companies just took agency drivers on when they were needed. And of course, the agencies weren't paying drivers the money they were entitled to, shall I say. Forget minimum
Yeah.
wage, but truck driving is a lonely job. It's a hard job. Long distance, you're away from your family a lot of the time. And the drivers would just say, no, we ain't doing it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
But when
They
I
were
was temping, I knew damn well what they were charging the company for my time, and I was on more than one occasion I demanded far more than the job was worth, because they were struggling to get somebody to go and do it. But I said, you pay me this amount and I'll go and do it.
well, you know what I was like. I was always hard working. I'd do anything as long as I was paid a reasonable wage. It's, yeah, I miss it. I really do. But, you know, it's a fact of life that the doctor said, no, I can't work. Evening, Stu. Polishing your medals.
Hi,
Are they all
Stuart.
nice and gleaming now, Stuart?
As long as you're not putting the old clear floor polish on your boots, mate. You know what that's like when the weather turns damp. Only a serviceman will understand that. If you're going to do it, bull 'em properly. Set light to the polish. Yeah, I know how to do it, mate. And that's army talk. Mind you, there was always some little scrote there that you could pay to do your buckles, wasn't there? Someone was always willing to take a little extra. Yeah. No, used to go nice and cloudy, didn't it, mate? RSM would look it down at your feet on the damp parade ground and off you go. Yeah. That, ladies, is, you know, they do what you call bull boots to get them really shiny. Well, it takes a lot of physical work, and there is a knack to it. But you could get the old clear floor polish and just wipe it over. They'd be like a mirror. But in any damp weather, it went cloudy. So they knew you'd been cheating. Yeah, a lot of the army boys used to try that one.
I used to spit and polish my boots when I was in the Sea Cadets. That worked just as well.
Oh, you used to set light to the polish. set light to the polish, turn it into a liquid.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't there something about using the back of a spoon?
That was for smoothing them out more than anything, but yeah, it used to take a lot of work to get them shining. I mean, luckily enough, I never served, but when I was doing certain training and that, yeah, they always insisted that you kept them up to scratch. It's like most ex-servicemen can make a bed better than a woman.
Yeah. I'm bound to penny off it.
Yeah. And organise your bed square, as they called it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I was on about, Stuart. You'd get one that was great with the old buckles and stuff like that. And then you'd get one that would do your boots. Bed blocks, yes. God help you if anything was out of place. Mind you, they used to put some starch on them shit, didn't they? The old itchy grey blankets. But they were actually waterproof because they were wool. They were almost waterproof. A lot of campers used to like them. Yeah, on the same resist. I'll pull the quilt over it when I get out, that's it. Because I'm always the first one out anyway. She'll lay in it hours after I've got up.
Well, I'm not getting up 2 hours after I've gone to bed.
I was up at, 3 o'clock, 3:30 this morning.
You always get up at stupid o'clock.
Yeah, but it goes in like a rota, done it. I'll start off, I'll get up 7, 8 o'clock, and then it'll gradually get earlier and earlier and earlier until I'm too tired. Then I'll try to stay up late, and then I'll sleep in again, and then the rota will start all over again.
Does that mean you're having a lie in the morning?
I doubt it, because my legs are playing up.
The thing is, you sit in your chair and sleep half the day anyway.
Yeah, but that's
I keep saying, if you sleep half the day, there's no way you can sleep all night as well.
That's the fatigue that does that to me.
Yes, but if the body needs 8 hours sleep and you get 4 hours in your chair, that means you only need 4 hours when you go to bed. So going to bed at 9 o'clock and being asleep by 1:30 means you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning, if you're lucky.
Yeah, it's weird. And I've been like that for years. Doing 2 or 3 jobs, just getting 3 hours, 4 hours sleep a night max, and the body just got into that routine. And my sleep patterns have been screwed up for about the last 25 years. But resist. The army would break me. Well, I tried to get in twice and failed the medical both times. I gave up after that.
Oh, I've got an answer for you for Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know how to change the names.
Well, so do I now. Go back to the beginning.
Hi, Gordo.
Gordo.
Evening, Gordo. But I can do it as when you're live. I can change yours.
Yeah, Mr. W. Yeah, Holly teach you that, did she?
No, I've just been looking. Yes, yeah. You saw Holly come on and show me.
Yeah. She knows more about StreamYard than I bloody do.
I couldn't remember where it was. And he does this. He will sit there on the computer and he'll go, how do you do this? And I can't get to the computer to try anything or look at anything or click anywhere. And the moment I end up going, get out of the way and let me have a look. And he gives me about 10 seconds And if I can't find it in that first 10 seconds, that's it. Get out of the way. Don't worry. I'll do it. Da, 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 da. But I couldn't remember. But I now remember.
Yeah. Well, that's my issue. I can't remember things. You know, if the way I've learnt on them is she showed me how to do, and I'll repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, and eventually it gets ingrained. But if I just get shown the once, now if she showed me how to do it and I don't do it for a couple of weeks, I'll forget how to do it. It's
But I don't mind telling him again and again and again.
Gordo says, "What's your tattoo, Jen?"
It's a unicorn.
Oh, I threw the bag out, didn't I? I had some unicorns here.
With my kid's name underneath.
On the
Gave
book.
him unicorn for tea the other night.
These, a lot of them have been reworked. A lot of them are biking ones. That's a
that
cover
one.
up. That's a big cover up. That is. There's about 15 different girls' names under there.
Hang
That
on,
means
hang on,
double
let's make-
happiness in Japanese.
That was the wife and the kids. I had the wife's name blanked out. That's a cover up. That one's a cover up. That you can just see the bits in the middle of it there. I was at a party and I got absolutely arseholed.
That's it. I was trying to find the button to bring you up. That's
You can just see the circle in the middle there.
Yeah.
Well, what that was, when I was unconscious, a couple of lads decided to get a tattoo gun out and tattoo the 360s on there. Now, that is something I'd never like, people tattooing people when they're drunk,
Yeah.
because you need to know what's going on there, because basically it's permanent. So I had it covered up. I didn't mention anything about it for months. And then I thought, right, it's time for revenge. And one of the lads, I set him up with a young lady that I knew that had the clap at the time. He caught the clap off of her. He went absolutely mental at me. I said, what you did to me is permanent. I said, what
Yeah.
I've done to you, you can go to the doctors and get a couple of jabs and some pills to cure that. And the other one, I emptied his shampoo bottle out and put a load of peroxide in it. First time he washed his hair, all his hair fell out. And again, he moaned like shit. And I just had him by the throat and said, look, your hair will grow back. I've got to have that covered. You know, revenge was sweet. And the longer you wait it, the less they expect it.
He's going to have a cover up on one of his as well.
Yeah, that one's got to have a bit of work done on it, obviously. No disrespect, but it's got Sean written in there.
From here, looks like Edgar Allan Poe.
Hey?
From here, looks like Edgar Allan Poe without a head. Without the top of his head.
It's supposed to be a warrior lady. I actually did that one myself.
Show it again. The Viking thing. No. Yeah.
Oh,
say
yeah.
no?
I can see it. Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah,
I've
but
got
the
a-
letters aren't.
I did that one myself.
Yeah. Smart. I've got a dragon and a rose in my belly, which I'm not going to show.
But I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of them now, I wish I'd never had them done, to be honest. And, you know, obviously with that amount, that one's about 4 different ones. all mixed into one. I mean, it was a dagger, but it's been turned into a cartoon skeleton riding a chop and what
They've
have you.
lost most of yours now. Have lost the definition. They're just colour.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can't have these full Chinese arms like they have now. I mean, the most ridiculous one I've seen is a bloke who's just had his arm tattooed black from his shoulder to about mid forearm. It's just black. There's no pictures, no nothing. It's just solid black. I couldn't see the point in that.
Yeah, Stuart. Jen's put her under the cupboard lights on. That's why it looks like sun coming in.
Well, it's all right. I can have my halo, can't I?
I can turn mine up. I could put my backlight on.
Oh no, you don't want to look up there.
Yeah, it's got dark here. Dark
Well, I've
outside.
got that one there. I've got the other one up there as well. I've got another 2 studio lights down there. Proper filming lights. But they're too bright for in here. I've got milk cartons across the front of them. There's filters. It works. Keyboard needs new batteries. Yeah, it's just I can't see the point in that. I can't see a full Chinese arm with carp or the Maori designs. I can see the sense in them, but just having it block black, it's pointless. Anyway, I'll shut up for a minute. Let you girls carry on.
Want to go back to watching the telly?
No, I've turned it down now. It's not a lot on. I do my usual scam Facebook over here. Sometimes I find funny stuff on there. But yeah, that 15-minute cities, Jem. Basically, what they want to do is you'll have one little area, as Heather said. Technically, you can access anything within 15 minutes on foot. So you wouldn't need a vehicle. Within that 15-minute zone, there would be somewhere for you to shop. There would be a doctor's surgery for you to go to. State schools, they would supply the transport because obviously you can't have a school in every area. Basically, if you want to take, you'd be able to walk out of the area.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to take your vehicle, they were going to, it was like in Oxford, they were going to say, right, you can have 100 visits outside the area where you don't have to pay for. But then if you want to leave your area after that in a car, you have to pay a fee to leave.
Jesus.
Or pay a fee to go into another area. It was about splitting people up. You know, the smaller groups they can split people up into, the easier they are to control.
It's
and
also
it's easier
about
to shut down a little area.
It's also about forcing people to use public transport and get vehicles off the road.
Yep.
That's the main reason for it.
It's all about control. That was. China does it in certain cities. They've got to stay in their areas. But there again, certain areas in China have got these bloody great big high rises that God knows how long as well. And everything's in the building. They don't even have to leave the building.
Yeah.
You know, they got the shops and everything else in the building. It's very dystopian.
That's actually quite a good way of designing an area. But if you're going to build an estate, you need it to have everything. And if you're going to do a high-rise estate, you need it to have everything as well.
Well, that's what they used to do with the council estates back in the 70s and 80s. You'd have a bank of shops, like a little precinct. You'd have your hairdresser, you'd have a butcher, you'd have, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Mini market. And literally, you didn't have to go off that estate.
No.
At any point, because each estate had its own school as well.
Yeah. They all had a junior school, middle school type, so that the kids could walk to school because they didn't expect parents to have a car. So,
and it was easier for the council to control them and maintain them and look after them because they're all in one area.
Yeah.
But then it started off that people were going off buying their own houses, and a lot of council houses were becoming empty. So what they were doing, they were starting to put all the troublemakers into the council estates. And that was when they started getting the bad reputations. Some did turn quite nice once they started selling the houses off. I mean, the little village where I lived in, some of that was originally a council housing estate. But once most of the houses were sold off, everybody made their houses look better. They looked after them better. And it lost that like gang mentality, as I used to call it.
Yeah, but we've got a property by us that they've bought it and they can't afford to maintain it. So it's just going downhill now. But they bought it off the council. They're so chuffed they bought it off the council.
Well, mum and dad's house was an ex-council house.
Yes.
When they built that street, we were one of the first families to move in there.
Yeah, and it's okay buying it as long as you can afford to maintain it, but you can't buy it and if you can't maintain it.
Well, that's what pissed me off with mum cutting me out the will, because I was the only one of the kids that was old enough to work, and I had to raid my savings and cash in my insurances to help them pay for the fucking deposit for it. Yeah, I got cut out the will. But there you go. That's families, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. Like I say, you can choose your friends, but not your family.
Council house here. But I mean, we're in a council house. Ed had this place long before I met her. So it made sense for me to move in here, as I only had a one-bedroom flat. And part of the thing I was going to do with the inheritance, if I'd have actually got it, I was going to see how much the council wanted for this place on the right to buy, which they're trying to do away with now, to secure our home for the future, as it were, and something to leave to her kids, you know. But that was another thing that went out the window. But they're trying to bring a thing in now. They're trying to get the councils to stop the right to buy, because that cuts down on the social housing, because they sold them all off and the council couldn't afford to replace them.
Yeah.
But they didn't even try.
No.
That was the problem. They sold them off and went, oh, look, we've got money we can spend.
Yeah. They'd wait until they got enough people to buy, that wanted to buy, and they say, right, we need money now to get into money to come into the council. Right, we'll sell those off. We'll get a bunch of money coming in. But yeah, it's a different world.
Very different.
Yeah.
It's worrying. I worry for my granddaughter.
It's very worrying what we're going to leave them. Or what they're going to be forced to live in, not what we leave them. I mean, people like us are fighting for everything we need and what we want to do, but it's what they say they're going to be having.
We're going to have to resort to being like certain other people where everybody lives together. I mean, the Chinese do it, the Indians do it.
Yeah,
they they don't go out and get their own house. They just move in with mum and dad. Your mic's playing up again.
And that even doing that here, you get taxed on it. Once your parents die, if you want to stay in, you've got to pay tax. So they say that they tax you from the day you're born, and they'll tax you after you die as well.
Living's just full of tax.
Robbing bastards. Oh, taxed to death, and then you're taxed after it.
Most definitely. You coming up to see me? No, just into the kitchen.
Hi, Gary.
Gary, good evening. Well, you've missed most of the conversation about tattoos. You got any tattoos, or are you clean skin?
Gary, good evening. I all commune. They're all sitting around Hare Krishna. Yeah, we all go back to being hippies.
Yeah.
I'd quite happily go and live in a wooden hut.
I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about, you know, these building in the forests, building little huts in the forest with just trees and stones.
Yeah, but it's got
And
that
using
popular
clay.
in the States. You seen what the laws they brought in over there? There was a lot of people building their little cabins and living off grid.
Yeah.
So what they did in a lot of states, they brought in laws where you can only live in the cabin for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You can only stay in it for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time. You get chased up and whatever, and you have to pay extra taxes because you haven't got electric and water services fitted. And basically, they're trying to force people out of them.
And you can't do it over here unless you actually own the land.
And even then, you can't have it as a residence because it has to pass a certain criteria, same as a mobile home if it's a permanent living or a caravan or whatever. If you haven't got this license that's passed, you're not allowed to live in it permanently.
And
even the caravans on caravan sites, like the ones that live on the holiday caravan sites, a lot of those aren't residential. They have to move out for, I think it's 2 months in a year, every 12 months, if you don't get it passed as a residence.
No, these videos that I think they were in Russia, and you know, in the forests in Russia, and great ideas how to build fire pits and fireplaces, and really nice, really cozy.
It is a hard life surviving.
On,
you know, somewhere like that. I mean, you know, I've said it many a time. People, oh yeah, you know, I plant my food in the forest and we got allotments and stuff like that. You'll be surprised how much land you need to be self-sustainable like that.
Yeah.
You've got to be fit as well.
People think it is.
But you've got to be fit.
Not anymore, Gary. No. It used to be like that. If you maintained it for 12 years, you could take it over. But now you have to actually register it with the government, and they have to do a load of checks, and you have to prove a load of shit before you can occupy the land. Simply because people were doing that. You can still get free land, even if it's privately owned, but it's a lot of work to go through. A lot of work and can take years. There was somebody put a couple of videos up on it, how to get free land.
I've seen some of them.
You can, if you've maintained it and nobody's claimed it, nobody's kicked up, you can put a fence around it, but you can't actually claim it as yours until you've gone through the due process, which can take years. I mean, that's how a lot of people used to expand their gardens, wasn't it? You know, a bit of council land that hasn't been maintained for years at the bottom of your garden, so you keep grass cut in there, cut it all down, make it keep nice, maintain it, don't tell them you're doing it, and then you could claim it as your own, but they put a stop to it. I don't know whether you can still do it in Scotland. There was some laws up there where you could actually occupy a land for a certain amount of time, and then you could claim ownership. But I'm not too sure on the Scottish laws.
Everything in Scotland's different anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got cropped up a skull.
Yeah, it's something to do with the lairds and who owned the land to start with, and obviously they can go back thousands of bloody years and hundreds of years on who claimed the land, who used to own it, who still does, in titles and stuff. Yeah, you can put razor wire around it, Gary. It'll stop bastards coming in, won't it? But how are we doing on time? 8:45. Okay. I'm still waiting.
Holly? Have you heard from her?
No, she's posting on Facebook, but
yeah, she did say a little while back she's taken a step back from the internet for a while to concentrate on herself.
Yeah.
But she has been posting the odd bit on Facebook.
Yeah.
it was Ben her son's birthday the other day. So
yeah, she's put a couple up today. I saw them earlier. But yeah, I mean, Resist there. He's another one. He needed to step back from it for a little while. I've done it myself. You know, I put myself in a very dark place, and I stood back from it for a couple of months. And I still don't go on any other lives other than ours and Dan's because of it. Because it just winds me up.
Yeah.
Winds
How's
me
Dan?
up.
Do you know if he'll be on this Sunday?
I don't know when he's going to be back live again. We never know until the day before, usually, or even on the day.
yeah, I was going to say he stopped telling us when he's going home.
Well, it's because we don't use Discord as much now.
Yeah.
You know, it's in fact I haven't had a look for a couple of days. I'm supposed to be a moderator in there keeping an eye on things. But, yeah, he's got a lot on his plate with Mum and Dad.
Yeah.
You know, he used to put a hell of a lot of time into his channel. I mean, I can testify how much time he used to put into it with the amount of videos he used to put out. It was more or less full time. You know, and obviously with Mum and Dad, he hasn't got a decent internet or no internet there, and he's only got the laptop, so you know he can't do anything. So all he does is post on Facebook.
Yeah, it's quite a cheeky
he will jump into Discord if I need to speak to him. Yeah, perverted. No.
No, I'm not.
Especially when he's with talk chatting at time. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Resist. You know, it's it's not the personality. It's just some people don't like everything around it and having to set it up and do it, be responsible for it. And it isn't for everybody. It isn't for everybody at all. And you do get a lot of grief as well sometimes if you get the wrong people in. That's why
That's
ours
that,
are always
yeah.
small, and that's why we run zero tolerance. You know, we don't have any bickering and arguing. We don't put
Yeah,
up
but
with
you
it.
do it so well, Resist.
Oh, I don't know about that. But you know, the people that know me know I won't take any messing about. Even if I know them, they, you know, even if they'd been friends for years, if they pissed me off in there and they went over the top, I'd throw them off. You know, I don't play any favourites.
I've tried, but he hasn't thrown me out yet.
No, that's because you know how to get round things and get back in anyway. But no, it's, you know, live streams aren't same as doing videos aren't for everybody. You know, I started doing them for a reason. The reason's still there, so I've still got a reason to carry on making them. You know, I try and find the stuff that people don't see, stuff that isn't put out. People need to be warned about things. And that's what I try to do in my videos. You know, look from a different angle and put them in what I would class as layman's terms. You know, not every... Sorry, Don?
I started doing one because people said they wanted somewhere to go on a Friday night. And if we're lucky, there's 12 of us. But it's something for 12 of us to do on a Friday night.
I mean, I'm happy to join you on this, but I won't host my own. I'm not a host.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with me, I mean, yeah, my thing is the politics and that. And not everybody wants to sit there and watch politics all the day and just to find out what's going on. You know, they just don't want it. They want to know what's happening, but they want an abbreviation of it.
Yeah.
Which is what I do in my daily videos, along with giving my opinions on them. And as I've always said, if someone's not happy with what I put out, or I do say, I'm not going to say about that, go and look for yourself. And that's because if I put it out, people would say, oh, yeah, well, we don't fucking believe that. I said, well, go and look for yourself, you know. And I'll give a link to it or a channel that's put it out. I mean, I made a big cock up in today's. I made the mistake of taking notice of another YouTuber last night who said that Ricky Jones, that councillor, was up for sentencing today. Well, he wasn't. His hearing today was a plea hearing. Even if he'd pleaded guilty, I don't think the judge would have passed a sentence there and then. They'd have had to have gone away and deliberated on it. So I put it out because I thought I hadn't heard nothing about the case and I thought I'd been missing some of it. So I just said, the same as them, okay, yeah, today's his sentencing. But it wasn't. Today was never about his sentencing. So I had to pin a comment after I found out to retract that and say what had actually happened. Which I'm quite happy to do that. If I've done it in the past. If I've got things wrong, I'll put my hands up and say got it wrong, and I'll put it right on there, and I apologise for putting it out wrong. It does happen, and that's one of the reasons I stopped listening to a lot of other YouTubers when they're putting out the same stuff as me.
But you were right. He was in court today. It just wasn't for sentencing. And he may have been sentenced if he'd pled guilty. But the fact that he's said not guilty because I didn't know it was a crime is laughable, something nobody expected. So you weren't that far wrong.
To be honest, any good judge should have rejected that defence straight away.
Heather, Resist
would have
wants
said,
you
that's
to do
no
a quick
defence.
advert.
What's your other reason? You know,
Do a quick advert.
Yeah, and he'll promote you.
I, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do. I would not know what to do.
quick advert for what?
The channel.
What, for yours?
Yes.
No, you just put a short video up advertising your channel. You know, hi guys, I'm Mrs. W. We run a live every week. We talk about this. Come in, have a discussion.
You can write it for me then.
Yeah, but then you'll get a lot.
Yeah,
of
both of you.
idiots. You'll
Both
get
of
a
you,
lot
and
of
he'll
the drama
promote it.
queens, a lot of the idiots, those that just want to create an argument, the trolls. That's when they pick up on it. When you're a nice little channel, a little community, you just let the community put it out themselves. Share this out like I do with my videos. Share. Yeah, you don't get as many in, but the ones you get in are the people that you want in there. You throw it open, like having subscriber only mode on. You'd probably get a lot more views, the same as I would, if we dropped the subscriber only mode on the lives. You can see how many are watching, so you know how many are there. If all of a sudden that jumped up to 70, but there's still only the same people in the chat, you'd question that. Who are they? Why are they there? And unless they comment, you can't find out. If they subscribe, you can find out who they are.
Sort of.
Like I said
Right.
earlier, baby, you've got to remember the ones and the names they've used in the past, and you've got to have a list of the ones you've banned. Because you quite often get a new one come in, you check their profile, and it will come up under one of the names that you've banned.
I haven't banned anybody, so I don't.
I know, I'm just using that as an example.
Right, 2 minutes, going to the toilet.
Okie dokie.
There's too many people that want to come in just to disrupt the stream. It's
Resist. Thank you for the offer, but as you can tell, it wouldn't be worth living with him.
What's that?
Because I get told you.
Where are you looking? Where are you looking?
What?
You answering a comment? I haven't been looking at the
I
comments.
said to resist. Thank you very much for the offer of promoting an advert.
Oh,
I'm not going to do it because I've got to live with you.
Well, I did it with the Rev, didn't I? I mean, he wanted to channel bomb me on one of his lives one night. He wanted me to go live while he was live so he could come in and bring a load of them over.
Yes.
And no, I don't want that. I'm happy with 500 odd subs. It's growing slowly. But no, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
You got 100,000 subs and you got a live, or you put a video out and you get 300k views. You might get maybe 50k comments, but to me, that I'd have to answer them all, and you can't do it. You don't have the time. Yeah, YouTube's getting worse, Resist, and it's only going to get worse, mate. I had an email from Rumble today. They're trying to get money in from people, become members of the channel, the platform and stuff like that, because they're being persecuted by the governments trying to pull them down. Advertisers won't touch them. So they've got no revenue coming in. Yeah, exactly, Gary. Exactly. Everybody in my community, I'd class as friends. Okay, they're friends I haven't met yet, a lot of them, but I still class them as friends. No, I don't use Rumble Resist. I've got BitChute as well, but I very rarely use that either. Used channel with 800 on it, but YouTube kept moving. With me, Gordo, YouTube have been on my ass since the day I opened the channel, simply because of the type of content I put out. I think I was only up a week and a half before I got my first ban, first suspension.
Was it first or second video you got a copyright strike warning?
The copyright strike. I got suspended twice. I mean, I keep getting copyright warnings now on the odd occasion. But the worst they can do on that is demonetize you. And being as I'm not monetized anyway, it don't fucking worry me.
Bothered?
Yeah, exactly. And the type of music I play, it might be only 20, 30 seconds. So you're not going to get any big company come after you, suing you for copyright or anything like that.
But it was the Bugler that got you the warning.
Oh, that was absolutely ridiculous. They gave me, you wouldn't believe this, Jen. Every year since I've started, I go up on Remembrance Sunday and I do a video from the local memorial. Just to give my thanks, as it were, to the heroes and have a go at the government. And I recorded the actual ceremony one day. So we went up and I was recording it. And they tried to give me a copyright strike for the Bugler playing the last post in front of the memorial.
Oh, wow.
They actually tried to give me a copyright strike for it. And the thing he was a terrible bugler. Unless you know the tune, he played it terribly. He was out of tune. There was notes missing.
I think he was nervous.
Very nervous. And the one I did the other day when with the dancing ambulance workers, the Pride thing, at Notting Hill, I think it might even have been. 30 seconds of them dancing in the parade with the tune of what were they? The Village People.
YMCA.
Yeah, YMCA. That was it. They threatened to give me a copyright strike for that. Yeah, copyright. Yeah, we'll demonetize you. I said, well, go ahead. You don't pay me nothing anyway. Yeah, I got a warning on a copyright for that one. But luckily enough, on the editing suite, I got the background music I can use. There's all sorts of tunes on there. And they're all copyright free. And there is a list on the internet of copyright free pop music by bands. All they insist you do is give a reference to the band or whatever in the comment, in the description. Music by so-and-so, and that usually gets around it.
Yeah.
But I've got quite a good list I can use anyway on my editing suite. So.
Nah, YouTube's not for me. Hosting.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work
like I say, I'll join in. Yeah, I'll join in like this, but I did used to think that I'd want to make some jewelry tutorials, but nah. Yeah. Just a lot of work. I can't do the editing and stuff like that.
The editing I used to be terrified of. I never used to edit. Basically, I used to use a phone when I first started as a camera. And all I used to do was talk to the phone. If I cocked up, I cocked up. That was it. Never used to cut it, edit it, shorten it. I'd put it on the computer, no titles, no opening, no putting pictures on the screen. It was just me talking.
It went out complete with cock up, or he started again.
I mean, I still do it now. I'll do a complete video and I'll forget to turn the fucking microphone on and I won't know until I go back and look at it. So I have to record it all again. But doing it through the computer now with the webcams and cameras like that there, It's instantly on the computer. I can pause
Mhm.
it if I want. And then on the editing, you know, I can insert the pictures I do or clips and stuff like that. It took a lot of learning. I used a basic
Yeah, but
one
it
to
sounds
start with. And it's
expensive
still
as
quite
well.
a basic one. It's the one I use is free.
I was going to say we don't spend money, Jen.
No, the equipment, all the cameras and lighting and stuff.
We've got one camera. The most expensive one up there that we paid for was 20 quid. The one
Oh,
that
yeah.
Heather's on now, that was 8 quid off the internet. The other one I use up there, there's not a great deal. Oh, nope, not turn the fucking camera off. If I drop down to that one, that was one Dan gave me.
Yeah.
It was one he had that he didn't use anymore. Oh,
But you don't have to spend a lot to do. You can record with your phone.
I mean, that one, that's a 500 quid's worth of camera. But again, that was given to me.
You can record with your laptop. You could do it up to your laptop camera that you're using now, or you could record it with your phone. You don't have to have
I could do
another
it with
camera.
that.
I'm
And
a
that
total
was-
technophobe though.
And that was a £10 camera from B&M. It's a mini recorder.
Oh, yeah.
You can plug it in and use it as a webcam. You know, you don't
I'm
need.
a total technophobe. I mean, I'm like you. I get told something or learn something, and then it just, I don't remember.
When I started, I had no vision of me being able to do anything like this with double screens and microphones. And I mean, the microphone. It looks no different to the £400-500 ones that people use. 24 quid.
Yeah, it looks very professional. How much?
24 quid.
Wow.
He's not allowed to spend more than 30 in any transaction.
I mean, the ones Heather's using, it is a good little microphone, condenser microphone. That one.
Yeah.
I paid 8 quid for that off the internet. £8. And I started, the first one I ever had was that one, complete with the dead cat, as they call it, the windshield,
Mouse.
plugged into the mobile phone, and that cost me £3.48, I think it was. That's how cheap you can do it.
We wanted the remote mics and wireless things for recording the fishing.
Yeah.
Because you want the camera set back and you want the microphone with you. So
well, I've got, where is it? That's the charging leads for it. There you go. We've got that one. That's the charge lead. That's a remote one. The rechargeable, that plugs into your mobile phone. Or you can put an adapter on to plug it into your computer. Links to that one, which you just have pinned on your body, and I can walk up to 50 yards away from the camera. And it will still pick that up. It's a cordless transmitter. And that was only 20 quid. Cheap one.
yeah, God, you can spend as much as you can afford, but we're both the same. I suppose it's the era we grew up in. You don't spend 100 quid if you can get it for a tenner.
Yeah, exactly.
A pair of shoes is a pair of shoes. It doesn't matter what the name is on them. They keep your feet dry.
I mean, the same with filming. Now, you can go down the route of a GoPro. I wanted a GoPro. One Christmas, Heather said, "I'll buy you the GoPro for Christmas."
But it wasn't the latest.
You can get something like those. They come with a waterproof case, the same as a GoPro. You could get them for 20 quid at B&M. And that they work absolutely fine.
That's what we
Really?
set up to record the journey up and back on holiday. Not that we ever do anything
They'll
with the
record
footage.
permanently for 4 hours before they need recharging. You just put an SD card in. And away you go. I think I was getting them 19 quid each, wasn't it, from B&M? So I got 3 of them.
Have you watched any of Beardy's Bearded Veteran stuff where he's making his models?
I've seen some, yeah.
Well, that's what you could do it like that, but making your crafty things.
The thing is, cheap stuff is all right if you look after it. You know, now those cheap cameras, if I started throwing them around, letting them get wet or stuff like that, they're going to last 5 minutes. But I'm one of these. I look after the equipment I've got. You know, I don't abuse it. So it lasts. I mean, that microphone Heather's using, I had that from, well, I've had that over 3 years now.
Yes. And for over 12 months, I said, I need a microphone. And he says, I've got one down here you can use.
I forgot I had it.
And he kept saying, I said, I need a microphone. I've got one down here you can use. But I need a microphone. Well, I've got one down here. Well, you can get it then.
On the bigger ones, you do need a power supply, a Phantom power pack. But you can pick them up for 15 quid, a cheap one. Yeah, I never pay full price for anything unless I have to. The stereo speakers came from work originally. My first monitors that I had, they were given to me by Heather's boss. I just used to plug them into my laptop. The most I've paid out was 200 quid for a second-hand laptop when I first started, a Windows 7 laptop. That was the most I ever forked out.
I've had my monitor for I don't know how long. And this monitor and the box that I started with were what I brought home from work when COVID hit. Because I was using laptop and another monitor. But I brought this home and we set up the office as was. And then I got an upgrade, same as Roger, from a very kind subscriber. Because
There's another camera in there.
But if I want a camera, I've got that one and my phone. I've said to him I wanted one to film something. I was going to do some videos to post on my channel. And it's like, well, I've got one. All you've got to do is ask. And oh, God.
Oh, pardon me. I mean, Dan helped me out. I mean, like I say, he gave me the monitors, one of the cameras originally, webcam, and the 2 studio lights. They were things that he didn't use anymore. And what I did is what stuff I had left over that I didn't use, I passed on to somebody else. You know, I mean,
but not me.
Yeah.
Well, I gave you the microphone. You can use any of this anyway. But if it's something that neither of us were going to use, like the microphone came with a flexible stand. I didn't need it. I've made my own. I can stand that one on the floor or extend it. So I passed that on, a brand new mic stand. And that was to one of my subscribers whose son wanted to start gaming and he needed a microphone stand. I said, well, give me your address, I'll send it you. This one, it is a microphone stand, but I use it for a light, a flexible coil thing. I found that in a second-hand shop, the reusable recycling place. The light, that one was the granddaughter's, that she broke the base of it.
Mm.
So all I did was fix it up and where's the camera gone? Oh, it's over there. Put a plate on it, threaded it, so I can put that on a tripod if I wanted. Again, the other one was it recycling for £3 because somebody had lost the tripod for it. So, well, I got my own tripods and shit that I make. I've got 3 tripods. One's worth over £700, a carbon one. I've got 2 alloy ones, which are £300-400 each. They were all given to me.
Mm. It's nice when you get things for free, isn't it?
And I've never asked for any of it.
Yeah.
It's always been offered, you know.
Mm.
So in that respect, yeah, I am quite lucky. I have got some decent stuff, but I haven't
Hi,
had to pay for it.
Graham.
Mr.
Good evening, Graham.
Good evening. Got a white slim 500 gigabyte in a box. Can you work? Oh yeah, I got my man drawer, Stuart. You'll be. I've got everything in there from keychains to bloody Allen keys, Germaline, glue for my teeth, pet claw clippers, kebab sticks. What else have I got in here? Old tobacco tin, nail files, nail clippers, combs, multi-tool pills, fag papers, batteries.
I've got the games cupboard
Old
by
mobile
my knee.
camera. Hey?
I've got my games cupboard by my knee.
Oh, I've still got that other little hard drive in here if you want it back, babe.
I've been looking for that.
Okay, I'll put it on the table so you can remember to take it.
Jeez.
But it's a little like 500 gig or whatever it is, external hard drive. But again, I've got 2 more there. That was a cheap one off the internet. That's a 12
Want a game of Uno?
12 terabyte. That's a 5 terabyte that I had given me. But again, I'll tell you what, funny enough,
Game of cards?
if you're filming
What
outdoors,
was there?
those are power packs. They're 10,000 amp hour ones. Now, basically, those I picked up from B&M.
Poker chips?
The boxes were ripped, so they were a manager's special.
Yeah.
And I picked them up for about 10 quid each.
Handy.
They'll recharge your phone about 6 times. So I just plug the camera into them and they'll run for hours. What else? Well, I've got another camera down there which can be wired up. But again, that was a second-hand one. Everything I do is done on the cheap.
And why not?
We always respond to you, Graham. What's up with you, man? But yeah, I've got a lot of it because I do a lot of filming when we're on holiday.
Yeah.
You know, I don't always post the videos, but I do. I've got hours and hours of video on the computer. In fact, on one of them hard drives, there's probably there's more than 20 hours of just traveling up and down the motorway because I use the camera as a dash cam.
Yeah.
So every 4-hour trip up and 4-hour trip back, I've got all the footage from.
And I think you've used 2 clips. One of the bird flying out of the hedge, and the other one of you running into the back of the pickup.
Yeah, yeah. But I've always got a camera permanently running when we're fishing.
Yeah.
You know, and if anything exciting happens, yes, I'll turn my chest cam on, or I'll have a camera on the tripod. But I've always got one running permanently to film the fishing rods. And, you know, a session can be 5 hours.
But 9 times out of 10, it's 4.5 hours of absolutely sweet FA.
Yeah. Just watching the ends of the fishing rods, waiting for them to do that. And when I do, if you do get a decent bite, oh yeah, I can use that clip, and then I've got to go through 4 hours of bloody footage when I get home to find that 10-second footage of the rods doing that. But that's where the time comes in, you know.
Mm.
Oh, you didn't get out on the boat, Graham? So he was going out on one of the little boats today, one of the vintage ones that did the Dunkirk evacuations. That would have been quite a nice day out, actually.
Yeah, nice. Something a bit different.
So I'm just catching up with the chat. I haven't been watching it.
Goodo's trying to sell his PS4.
I don't do gaming. Doesn't interest me.
We use eBay for most of our bargains.
Yeah, eBay or recycling centres. You'd be surprised what you can pick up in them. Mainly because people don't know what they are. That's the biggest thing. I mean, them flexi microphone stands, they're probably best part 30, 35 quid. If you had to buy one, it was up at £3 because they didn't know what it was.
I wouldn't know how to work any of them things.
I didn't.
Like I said, Danny, you don't need them. You can get yourself a phone stand for your camera and point it for your phone and point the camera at what you're doing and press record.
I'll show you how cheap you can do it.
I have seen some frames on Amazon that can hold your mobile phone.
Right. This is how cheap it could be for you to do your crafting thing. Those tripods you can pick up brand new on eBay. They're not very good, you know, you've got to look after them. They got a tilting head on them. You can pick those up for about £6, brand new.
Yeah.
Have you got your phone stand there, love?
Yep, I was just looking for that. In fact,
because my camera's strapped to this one.
It'll be in this bag. This is my little bag of goodies. Those, you can pick those up for £1.
Get my pink one.
You just put your phone in it. That screw fits on the top of your tripod, so you got a camera. Your phone's got a built-in microphone. If you want a different microphone, you can get little ones like that have got a jack plug on the end. You just plug them straight into your phone.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Get my phone stand off from my side.
Oh, the metal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't use them for filming very well. If you
Why?
do them,
Yeah.
you just sit them in like that.
As long as you've got the camera pointing down over the top, that's all you need. It's just something to
all
rest
you
the
need.
phone and keep it static,
That's
looking down at
true.
what you're doing.
The actual studio lights,
Any light,
but they're very, very bright, as you can see, but they're dimmable. And that was a couple that Dan gave me that he didn't use anymore.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing I got, believe it or not, was the GoPro.
What's wrong with it?
For one simple reason.
there's a waste of money.
Oh, there's nothing. The camera's absolutely fine. They're brilliant. But you set them up with an app. And you can set them up with Wi-Fi. So Heather downloaded the app onto her phone to set it up for me. So I'm quite happy using this to film myself. And the bloody thing's doing all sorts of things. In and out of focus, it's doing all sorts. And I'm like, it's fucked. I don't know what it's doing. She sat behind me with the phone, changing all the bloody settings, isn't she?
But he was saying he wanted the settings changed, he wanted this doing that doing. So I'm there doing it, and then he tries to record himself while I'm trying to sort out the settings, and then he moans at me for doing what he asked me to do. I just can't win with this boy.
Honestly, what we need to do is set one of these cameras up in here and just record us through the day. I'll tell you.
Find the wall, you mean?
Yeah, it'd be I mean, some of the conversations we have in the car that have ended up on the cameras in them. I mean, 4 hours, you can imagine me and her talk absolute bollocks. We take the piss out of everything, slag everything and everybody off. And that's all caught on the dash cam, you know. I mean, we did at one point, didn't we? We put a phone in as well, pointing back at us as we were in the car. But there was a lot on there that we couldn't put on YouTube.
You know what? That's actually a good idea for you to start another channel of you too. Find the wall of you too.
We don't need another channel. It can go out on his. Don't need another one.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've got 2 channels
do that
anyway.
then.
Oh, hello.
You know,
'Cause
like video shorts.
Because I've got, oh, hello. I've got Mr. Message in new Discord. Okay. Yeah, I've got another channel anyway. So it wouldn't make a lot of difference. I could use that one.
We use
find
yours
out.
anyway because I'm on yours half the time. So
Just find out what this message was.
You know, just do it for comedic value, if anything. Like a
yeah, but
double
the moment you put the camera on, the conversation stops. It's weird. It really is.
Well, that's why you put it on and just, you know, look back on it, edit it, and take the funny bits out of.
Gordo's just sent me a music account. Okay, cheers, Gordo. Again, see, no, I normally I'd have Discord open, but that just gave me the alert, so I've had to go back and open that one. Oh, pardon me.
Nope.
Hello, what's this one on here? Oh, that was ages ago. That's the only other thing. See, is with the laptop, I couldn't do this. I mean, I've got Facebook open. I just had Discord open. I've got YouTube open. I've got StreamYard open. Now, if you try to do that on a laptop, it wouldn't cope with it. And I've
Well,
got somebody.
that's why we looked at you needing another one, and the problem's sorted now.
Yeah. And I mean, I have learned a lot. And oh, no, 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 no. Turn that off.
And you still can't remember half of it most of the time. No, didn't want to do that. No, didn't want to do that. Damn, no, fuck, no. No.
Yeah, I panicked if I got too many things open.
This computer won't work. No, fuck it. Damn it. No.
That was a message from Jason. He's at Santapod. But that's the good thing. I mean, Jason.
So you've got two people you know at Santapod.
Yeah. There's a lot of my old friends that I've got back in touch with from like 30, 40 years ago through Facebook. Now, these guys, even when I wasn't racing, we used to go up there and watch together. We'd party, camp up there, watch the racing. And I was watching it live today on YouTube because they live stream all the races up there now. And then all of a sudden, my mate pops up on Facebook. Oh, I'm at Santapod this weekend with so-and-so. So straight away, he started messaging me, sending me bits and that from Santapod where he's there watching it live. I said, well, I've got it live on the computer in front of me. Give us away from the crowd, But I certainly wouldn't pay up to us 50 to 100 quid a day to go up there and watch it now. That's for sure.
Because it's one of the things I've never been to anything like that. So there's part of me that would love to go. But no, I'm not spending that much money to sit there and because I couldn't sit on the bank on the grass. So we'd have to pay to go into the stands to have a seat. So it's not just a standard ticket for the day. It's this and that and the other, and
you'd have to go into the stands, and
it just gets more and more expensive.
Yeah, Stuart put in the content. He said, "Well, look at this is obviously about filming in the car." Like the Peter Kay car share ones that he did the program on telly. Yeah, but it's only once a year we do that, see.
Yeah, because any other time he won't go out with me.
Well, normally it's only to go shopping, isn't it? And that doesn't work with the both of us there. I mean, there's a lot that I'd like to do to go out and film. But with the fatigue and shit like that, I just wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
I'm more like doing static filming. I mean, my original videos, I don't know whether you've ever been back through my catalogue, Jen. We've got a nice walk up along the brook up here through what's like a nature reserve. It's a cycle path that goes all the way through it. Goes on for quite a few miles. And I used to walk along the stream, chatting and doing my videos there.
Yeah, I've seen some of them.
Or I used to go up Sutton Park and sit up there and do a video up there. But it's physically doing it now. That's my problem. Great, yeah, I can still walk along the brook, but all you're going to get on my video is I'm trying to breathe while I'm walking. I just wouldn't be able to talk. There's a pervert in the woods. Yeah, but I do enjoy it. I mean, I've got enough kit to do it. But Heather's quite good at photography as well. She's took some cracking pictures when we've been up north. especially of the sunsets and scenery and that.
Well, all the ones on the wall round you are photos that I took.
Yeah, all the ones on the wall here are all blown up photographs that she's done. Me with a fish, one in a sunset there, one
No,
on the
it's a
beach there.
sunrise. That's the sunset.
That's the sunset. That's the sunrise. I mean, I've got some brilliant ones of the moon. I did a short video of the moon rising up through some trees, set to music. That's on my channel. It just, I've got a telescope upstairs that I could put on a tripod and put out the back. I could probably rig up something where I could film through that. When we went to the air rifle range, I got a camera set up that fits my phone onto the telescopic sights, so I could film through the sights, and did some of that. You know, it's it's all a learning curve, and I'm like you, Jen. I'm by no way do I know everything how to use that I've got here. You know, I quite often have to get in touch with people, or Heather sorts it out, because I get in such a fucking mess. I'm like, oh God, what have I done here now?
Yeah.
Wednesday, I totally panicked.
Constantly.
Yeah. When the camera's screwed up on Wednesday, I totally panicked. The week before, when I couldn't get into StreamYard, I panicked. You know? Oh, come on, fuck it. Let's just not do it. You know, bollocks to the thing. Turn it off. But Heather sat behind me and let me find a way of doing it, you know.
I'll put the comments up. Let's do this. You do that. Try that. Try that. But it's not working.
You were good at calming him down.
Oh, I go into total meltdown. I do. Absolute total meltdown. Give me a big car engine, a V8. If there's an issue with that, I'm like a surgeon in there. I know exactly what I'm doing. But when it comes to technical stuff like this, no. Sure. Oh, you're on about Toya's, yeah. Sunday lunch with Toya and her old man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. That was during lockdown they started doing that. Graham, I've met quite a few of the old rock stars, but it was only briefly, most of them at the festivals when I used to do security and that. Well, except for when Lita Ford played at Reading, I just stood in front of the stage with my tongue hanging out then. But she has titanium hip joints. So is Heather Gordo.
Only got one.
Well, one, yeah. The original titanium plates she had, I had out in the shed and modified and made things out of. So what's that articulated thing on that stand there? Well, that used to be inside Heather. You know. Yeah, but she was a bit of a babe back then, Graham. You know, guitar slinging in spandex and the long blonde hair and the big tits. Well, she don't look too bad for her age now, if I'm honest. But we were up there. Alice Cooper, that was another big one up there that we met. Status Quo, obviously, they used to be everywhere. They were like a plague. I couldn't be bothered with them. And the same with the Grand Prix, when we used to go and watch the Grand Prix. Because I knew Patrick Head used to do some work for him when he was running the Williams team. He used to get a paddock pass for Silverstone. And, you know, I used to get introduced to the drivers. I had one of Nigel Mansell's old race suits that I used to wear for racing myself at one point. The only one I refused to meet and shake his hand was Bernie Eccleston. Because I didn't like the little bastard. And they went to introduce me to him one day. I just, what do I want to speak to him for? He's just a poison dwarf. Yeah, but don't forget, Graham, they're all grandmothers and that now. Lita Ford, Pat Benatar. Cherry Curry. All those ones.
Who's nice and furry?
I don't know who they're on about there.
Dan's new hair.
Oh, saw it Glasgow. She was awful though. Yeah, that's why I said she doesn't look too clever now, Gord. You know, not bad for her age, but Pat Benatar, yeah, she did some good stuff. Yeah, girls' school. Oh yeah, we'd all be still tempted with Sharon Stone though.
Oh, what was her name? Oh, can't remember her. She sang Self Control.
Oh, Laura Branigan. Was it Laura Branigan?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She did some good stuff.
One hit wonder. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
she
I
had
did.
quite a few.
Yeah, you know, that was middle of the road sort of disco stuff, though. Oh, Wendy O. Williams, Stuart. Yeah. Machine
Nah,
Gun
didn't like
Baby
her
with
stuff.
the bits of insulation tape over her nipples. Yeah, Wendy Williams.
Mm.
No, Transvision. No, that wasn't. That's. I got the wrong one there.
Yeah, it was Wendy Williams.
No,
Wendy
no.
James.
Yeah, she died, didn't she, a little while back?
Did
Wendy
she?
O. Yeah. Wendy O. Williams was. I was listening to something the other day by him. God, fucking hell.
Pet Shop Boys were good.
I
They've got some good stuff.
I've got to look that up now. I was listening to some the other day.
Plasmatics.
I was a big fan.
Plasmatics, that's it. The Plasmatics was
big
Wendy
fan.
O. Williams.
I was a big fan of Madonna in the day as well. She did some good stuff up until her Confessions album. After that, it just went downhill.
Linda Summer, Laura Branigan. Who else are we going on here? Wendy James. Shawati. But she was just a pair of legs and hair, wasn't she? Well, she had a decent pair of tits on her as well, Graham, I will admit. But I always thought the women, sort of the stars, looked far better back then in the early days. I mean, obviously, to my mind, the best looking ever one in the movies and dancing and singing was Anne Margaret, which most people in here would probably never even have heard of. But yeah, Joan Jett, she was always a bit of a weird one. She was the only one. She was in a relationship with Elvis at one point, and she was the only woman that has ever been in a relationship with him that never, ever talked to the press or said anything in public about their relationship.
Mm.
And she had quite a nice motorbike collection as well. She loved motorbikes. including Chops and Customs and Harleys and Triumphs. But yeah, she's always been one of my favourites.
Yeah, I like a few electric stuff, Gordo. Mainly Gary Newman. But his later stuff and recent stuff. Not a big
With
fan
me,
of
it's always been The
Giuliani.
Rock. Shit,
Did they?
that's bloody 9:45, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Jeez. I've actually got some pictures of me as a teddy boy somewhere, Gordo. You're talking about
Oh,
Shorty.
go on, put it up. Put it up.
I knew someone who was a girlfriend to Richard Burton. Apparently he was crap in bed. Oh, you knew Liz Taylor, did you?
Yeah, Harry Santino did.
But there again, you know, Liz Taylor in her very, very early days was a damn fine looking woman. You know, when you look at her in the back of the day when she filmed Cleopatra and that alongside Burton, you know. And the
I'm
thing is,
fine, resist. I just sit here quietly when he starts going on like this.
I'll shut up.
his
You can
video.
carry on. You talk. Carry on.
No. You and the boys are talking about girls. You're absolutely fine.
Diana Dawes, yeah.
Oh, that's a name from the past. She used to be like Britain's answer to Marilyn Monroe, didn't she?
There was one before Marilyn Monroe. Who was she played? The other blonde bombshell they used to call her. Not Jean
You expect
Harlow.
me to know? American, English,
American.
Calamity Jane. Is that the one? What's her name?
No. She was quite a thick-set girl. Looked a bit like Diana Dawes, actually. Was it Jean Harlow? Not Jean Harlow. I can't remember her name now. But Norma Jean was Marilyn Monroe. Jane Mansfield. Thank you, Stuart. Jane Mansfield. You know, that's one that's everybody didn't really rate, but she was along the same lines as all of them. You know, they had what they call the hourglass figures. They weren't sticking sex. Yeah,
I've just Googled blonde bombshells and it's come up with Mae West, Jean Harlow, and Marilyn Monroe.
It might the one I might have been thinking of might have been Jean Harlow then. Quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Yes.
I was going to say Dietrich now, because Jane Harlow, Marilyn Monroe, Dietrich, and DiMaggio, they're all in the Madonna song, you know, Vogue.
Nah, Pamela Anderson didn't do anything for me. Same as a lot of the pastry girls in the Sun. I couldn't be asked with a lot of them.
They had Grace.
Come up and see me sometime.
Little
Rita
boy.
Hayworth.
That was Mae West.
Yeah. Little boy. How do you know? You've been looking.
Who's Hope Mulholland?
Tom Selleck. Magnum. There was only one film I actually liked him in, Resist. And that was the one where he played the cowboy that went to Australia. Oh, I can't remember the character now. Oh, fucking hell. What was his name? Quigley. Matthew Quigley. Quigley Down Under. That was the name of the film. I didn't get a lot on Magnum. Yeah, get off your horse, Pilgrim. Patrick Swayze.
I didn't rate him at all.
Donna did.
Sam Elliott.
And his daughter.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott is Heather's beau. But I think that's more the voice, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
It's that rough southern
And the
voice.
way he dances.
Well, yeah.
And the way he sings. It's all about the voice. And the moves.
Moves. Oh, I used to have some moves.
You never share them with me, though. You dance with other women, but you won't dance with me.
Yeah, because you were up there singing at the time. That's why. Oh, that John Travolta. No. No, resist. Same as the Bee Gees. No. Now, Bronson originally was the original film Hard Man. You look at him in some of his early movies. He was the original Hard Man. Davina McCall. She done well for herself after she got off the drugs and that. Nah, Chuck Norris, nah, didn't like any of his films or series.
There was a time, because he was so popular.
Oh, yeah. Olivia. You talking about Olivia Neutron Bomb? Stuart. She was the image of the sweet girl next door, wasn't she?
Yes.
Right up until she did Grease.
But that was the whole point of her playing that character in Grease.
Sandy.
Because she was the girl next door, which is what Sandy was. She was the sweet, innocent little.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she did a couple of raunchy ones with her music, didn't she? The one with the gym in the leotard and that.
Physical.
Let's get physical.
See, I can remember them. That was only because I used to do the mobile disco.
I can fucking sing them. That's the sad part.
Yeah, Bridget Nielsen. She was just literally head and shoulders above everybody else, wasn't she? Which was quite funny when she played opposite Stallone. You know, she was 6 foot something and he's about 5 foot something.
She couldn't act. Still can't.
And the other one, a lot of people, but there was one better than that, Gary. I can't remember her name now. She played opposite Arnie in the original Conan.
I know the
She was a
blonde.
dancer and an actress, but she couldn't get parts because she was so tall. They couldn't put her against people. I can't remember her name now. But she was way taller than Nielsen.
Did she play Valeria?
Could have been.
Sandhal Bergman.
That's it. Yeah. Conan the Barbarian. That was the only film she was really. Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, it's me mate Glug sending me stuff again on Facebook. I'll have a look at that in the morning. All right, Resist. You stay safe out there, buddy.
Been good, Resist.
Thank you for coming.
Take care.
Always, as ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I do it for you guys so that we can all have a nice chat.
Bridget the Amazonian. Yeah, but that was like what's the place? Xena, Princess Warrior. Can't remember her bloody name now. I prefer
Laura Lawless. Something
Lucy
Lawless.
Lawless. Lucy Lawless, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I preferred her little sidekick, Renee O'Connor, rather than Xena. See, I know.
No, that's one. That's one thing that I never watched. Xena, and I'm into them kind of things, but I've never watched an episode of Xena. Don't know why.
There was one before that.
You'll probably find that on YouTube
But
if you're bored.
It was the lead character was played by a very blonde model, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. She was like a female Tarzan.
Yes. Wasn't she on Charlie's Angels as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
There is a better version of Aliens out, and it certainly wasn't Sigourney Weaver that played in it. Vasquez was, oh God, I can't remember her bloody name now. No, it's gone. I can't remember her name now.
There's another one that I never watched. And, you know, it's my kind of thing, but I just couldn't get into it.
The thing is, it's like the original Christ. One Mila Jovovich was in with the zombies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Living Dead.
No, not Living Dead.
No, that game, adaptation of the game.
Yeah, it's no, she was a supermodel originally before she got, well, she's never been a good actress anyway.
No. She was good in Fifth Element.
In what, sorry?
Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah. But it's the characters that she plays that make her look cute and,
Yeah.
you know, desirable, I shall say. But the one I'm thinking about, the zombie series of films, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't.
Yeah, give me a second.
Can't think of it. But everybody was saying, oh, yeah, you know, she's a babe in that. You know, she's the action babe and that.
Resident Evil.
That was it,
That's
Resident Evil. But there was two in there that I thought were far better looking than her.
Yeah.
One, again, the bloody names have gone right out of my head now. Sienna Glory. And the other one was the blonde one. She's been in recent series. Well, reasonably recent. Got her name. This is where my memory lets me down.
Ali Larter.
That's it, Ali Larter.
Michelle
Her and
Rodriguez.
Sienna Glory were far better looking than Mila Jovovich. What's her name? The bisexual one that was in Fast and the Furious originally.
Oh, there's the Spanish Mexican one.
Yeah, she's South
Michelle
American.
Rodriguez.
Eh?
Michelle Rodriguez.
That's it, Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah. She was on Lost.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
Well, she was in
I
the zombie one as well.
started
She
watching
was
Lost.
also in what was the one with the big blue aliens?
Avatar.
Avatar. She was in Avatar as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you couldn't tell because they were all blue aliens. I
No,
started.
but she played a human. She was the helicopter pilot.
Yes, I know. I was being facetious. I started watching Lost until Sky threw the rattle out the pram and went, you can only watch it on Sky.
Mm.
So I wasn't willing to pay for.
On Disney now.
Yes, Graham.
Yeah,
Absolutely
but you've got to
remember
pay
that
for
clip.
Disney.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I watched it a few times. It's good, but you just get lost watching it.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like
there's the new
it
Avatar
doesn't
out
make
now, isn't
sense.
there? The Water World one, Underwater World thing.
Yeah, Stuart.
Oh, Lost was just weird.
And the last one, it was just what the hell? The last ever series episode
Yeah, it
just
was
didn't
like
make
they were just
sense to me
making
at
up the
all.
plot as they went along.
Exactly.
You know,
They made it
Yeah.
more
it
and more
started out
complex.
as a
and
good
couldn't
idea
finish
and a
it.
good format. Yeah. Blue Thunder, Roy Schneider.
Yeah, but don't you think that Roger looks like, oh, what was his name? Jeff. I said before, because you put a picture up of Roger when he was younger,
Jeff
and
Bridges.
he looked like, no, he was on Lost. He used to he used to act the lawnmower man. Jeff.
Oh, I watched Lawnmower Man the other night, actually. Fucking hell. Literally this week, earlier this week, I laid in bed, watched Lawnmower Man.
Jeff Fahey, is that his name?
What?
Pierce
Jeff
Brosnan
Fahey.
and no, it's gone. It's gone.
What did you say his first name was?
Jeff. Jeff, I think.
Because the one that played Lawnmower Man was the blonde one,
Yeah.
and then the scientist who developed it all, that was Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, Jeff Fahey. Jeff. Fahey.
91, 92 for the yeah.
Now he's got hair.
Yeah, we got him.
You know, if I take the bit off the side, I could be the Rock, couldn't I? Yeah.
I've got a picture of him, a recent picture of him, and yes, he's got a very similar beard and moustache, but apart from that, nah.
Ain't Jeff Capes, no. Oh dear. Well, I'm about ready. My eyes are starting to go a bit now. No, that was Sam. What's his name? Played Flash Gordon in the films.
You know, I've actually met him that played Flash Gordon. He was at a Comic-Con a few years ago in Wrexham, and all he was doing was standing there selling pictures, and if you wanted to have a picture taken with him, it would have been 50 quid.
Yeah, a lot of them went like that.
Yeah. Massive bloke. But I mean, that's all he had was the Flash Gordon thing.
Good night,
Oh,
Stuart. Enjoy your reunion tomorrow.
Night, Stuart.
you
Have
on
a
about
good one.
the one that played Volton in Flash Gordon?
No, the one
Brian
that
Blessed.
played Flash Gordon.
Yeah, I'm sure his name was
Because he's
Sam Summit, his name was.
because he was an ex-football player, wasn't he? American football
Yeah.
player.
Yeah,
Sam Jones.
Sam Jones, that was it. I preferred the original Flash Gordon with Buster Crabby.
Yeah,
When
it
you
was
could still
good.
see the strings and it was in black and white. Started out as a series. And the only place you could see it was at the Saturday morning picture show.
I used to love watching them. I've got them on DVD. DVD. I bought when Woolies was open. I bought 3 from Woolies, and I've still got them in the wrappers.
I was going to shave this down the middle and keep the 2 bits down here and call it the Ming cut, but she doesn't like it.
Well, you can't be Ming because Brian's Ming.
Yeah, Sparky's always been called Ming, hasn't he?
He is Ming the Merciless.
Right, well, I'm just about ready, darling. I don't know about you. I
was just sitting here listening to you rattle names of women off.
Oh, no.
Not making me feel unloved at all.
I could rattle off women's names all night.
I know. I know, that's why I just left you to it. But my arm's starting to hurt again.
How is that, by the way?
Crap. I was feeling much better and could do a lot of things. And it's absolutely stupid because you've watched me here all night like this, not a problem, drinking, doing that. But I go to open the door or turn a key in the lock and I can't do. That's about the amount of movement I've got before it hurts. So I go to do something.
It's like me with that, isn't it? You know, sometimes my shoulder will just like, oh, and I can't do nothing with it.
So I don't know what I did to revert it back to where it was before it was starting to hurt.
Yeah, well, you've had the trauma, haven't you? It's going to take time.
It's a trauma every day living with me.
Well, the arm break was another trauma.
Yeah, we could start sweepstakes every day on which one of us is going to hurt herself the worst. Honestly, if you had a microphone on
at the end of the day, place a bet at the beginning of the day and see who wins at the end.
Put a microphone at the top of our stairs, you could use it as a soundtrack for a horror film. Because when you get the both of us going up there, you hear the every step where something's hurting. Like, oh, that's hilarious.
But yes, I can't push. I can't put any pressure.
Yeah.
I can't, so when I come to stand up, I always put both hands down and push up. I can't do that. So it's stupid the things I can't do compared to the things that I can.
Yeah.
So, it was much better. But I say I've pulled it or done something.
I think most of my joints break anyway due to the arthritis. But that right shoulder where I broke it all up and destroyed it, quite often where there's no joint there now, the bone is underneath my collarbone. And my shoulder, it lodges underneath it up against the collarbone. And then I'll move it now and again and there's an almighty great click where it slips out and it's like, and that arm will go numb for a few minutes, you know. It's very unnerving because people around me can hear it. It's like someone going, on a table, you know, banging a spoon. The click's that loud.
It's type loud, and that
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Well, you had your brace on there earlier.
Yeah, because every time I go to move my hand to do anything, it clicks, and it hurts. And I put that on to see if it would stop
Well, you
me.
can see it moving around in there now. Look.
Don't. Don't.
There's nothing holding it together. If I
Don't.
stand up straight, you can actually see that shoulder is lower by about 3 inches. You look like Quasimodo.
Are you going to do your thing?
I can.
Because I can just about do that one. I don't think I can do anything else.
Well, if you want to say goodnight to everybody.
It's been great.
It has tonight.
Thank you all again for coming. It's a nice little group we've got. And I
It
know
is.
you all appreciate it. And I
Yeah.
know we're only talking rubbish, but what else better? It's what we'd be doing if we were down the pub having a pint, wouldn't it? Talking shit.
Well, we didn't expect to be going on for much more than an hour tonight, did we? Because we were both aching. And
Well, the fact that you've gone on about women and carried on talking, I haven't had to worry too much about
Yeah.
anything. So
yeah, but there's only one woman in my life now.
what's that, Jenny?
I
Cheeky.
think so.
I'm not creeping. I'm too knackered to do anything of that like that.
Get the bullwhip out.
But no, it's been a nice night. It really has. It's and that's what I mean. It only takes one troll to come in to actually ruin it, you know, and that's why we don't let them in. But
Exactly.
I will give
Yeah.
the stay safe, stay strong, stay free. Booyakasha! Wicked! Me and me Julie, man. Your skin's massive now, you know. Right,
Take care all, and we'll catch
Take
you all
care
next
all.
week.
have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Don't know what the weather's going to be. They keep messing us about, but whatever
Don't
you've
do
got.
anything we wouldn't. It's my
Yeah,
turn
'cause
to
it
cook
hurts.
Sunday. My turn to cook Sunday, so you're in the kitchen helping out.
Oh, great.
I know.
As long as you come out and help me cut the lawn next time.
Okay. I'll do what I
Take
always
care,
do.
guys.
I'll supervise.
I just got to
No.
go click it
Bye.
off and I'm not in control. You are.